They say there's no right way to play jacks, but in this hand, I'm going to try to prove them wrong. We make it 60 from under the gun with nobody's favorite hand before a seemingly competent pro a couple of positions to our left makes the 3-bet to 180. Now when the action gets back to me, I think it's very reasonable for us to throw in a 4th bet some of the time, but considering I opened from earliest position and he re-raised us a couple of players to act, I think calling is the best action, and that's the one I decide to take. And we head to a flop, which is 4-5-6 with a flush draw. Naturally, I'm going to be checking here in flow, and my opposition decides on a small bet, $125 to go. With our overpair, I think it's a little too weak for us to raise, so I make the call for 125, and the turn is very interesting. It brings a 4-liner, and it's a 3, so any 7 or 2 now makes a straight. I considered leading this card some of the time, but I think our jacks falls squarely into a bluff catcher still, expecting my opponent to check it back most of the time, which he does. And now the river is a king. Our hand is still strong enough to check it over, and that's exactly what I do this time. I check one more time, and he throws in a bet of 325. In this case, I think it's far more likely for myself to have a straight here. And we're also more likely to have a hand like pocket 6s, pocket 5s, or pocket 4s. So it's time to turn our jacks into a bluff over this $325 bet. I make it $1,200 to go. He looks at me, looks at his cards, and finds a quick fold. So it's very possible that we still had the best hand, and we rake in this big pot, turning our jacks into a bluff. How do you think about the way I played this hand, and have you ever turned a hand as strong as jacks into a bluff?